Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Solid Sports Video Blog, right here on the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. This is episode 150. Today's date is October 29th, 2020. Thank you for joining me again. This is the Thursday Night Football edition of the Sports Blog. I'm Troy West, coming here again with you this week. Thank you for joining me. Interesting matchup this week. It'll be the Carolina Panthers hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, of course, coming struggling at 1-6. Panthers have lost a couple in a row. They're 3-4 coming into the game tonight. Good news: no NFL, no positive COVID test or anything like that this week so far. So all the games is going to go on as scheduled, at least for now. Including this game tonight. Falcons, of course, you know what their issues are. Just for some reason can't put it together. Had the talent, but just can't put it together on the field. And the Panthers come in the NFC South. Somewhat surprised. They're supposed to get Christian McCaffrey back tonight, possibly. So that's a big boost for them. But Teddy Bridgewater has played pretty decently. But Carolina still, like I said, still try to find their way as well. Right now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints, definitely leading in this division. So these are the two bottom teams. Even though, like I said, Carolina overall has played pretty well this year. Of course, we had the power rankings also in today's vlog. The power rankings going into week 8. Might be a little controversial, kind of tough to see who that 15 would have been, but I think the top 4 to me is no-brainers in my opinion. But we'll see if people disagree with my 15. We'll get to that at the end of the blog. But first we're gonna start focus on this game. Falcons 1-6. Let's talk about them for a little bit. Lost another close, crazy game to the Detroit Lions last week. Of course, Todd Gurley scoring that touchdown instead of staying out the end zone to run down more clock. And a lot of people say, well, that was a stupid move. Even though the Falcons defense is bad, we all know that. Well, that's been one of their Achilles heels for sure. But I see he tried not to score. He wound up falling in the end zone because Detroit pretty much was going to let him score, which is a good straight so they have time to get the ball back and win the game, obviously, which they did. But to me, I think it's on the defense. A lot of people beating up Gurley for that. Oh, well, he was, that was a smart move, this and this and that. But I thought, what's the defense out there for then? Like, the defense could have stopped Detroit from scoring. So, strategy-wise, it probably wasn't a smart move to score. It would have been better to run off more clock. And then you was losing, too. So, it's no guarantee you was going to score. What if Detroit would have stopped you? And, I think a field goal would have took the lead, I think, still. But it just would have been less time for Detroit. But still, I just think people making a big deal out of it. Only why you're making a big deal out of it because Atlanta wound up losing. But even though Gurley himself was pissed, he said, I think the exact words he used was he was pissed off or he was mad or something. But the defense still should have stopped Detroit. So I don't, just to get that out the way, I think that's just being overblown like it's Todd Gurley's fault is on Gurley. That defense, which has been bad all year, should have stopped Detroit from scoring in the first place. They had to go all the way down and score a touchdown. So defense could have stepped up and made a play, and they didn't. So that's why Atlanta lost last week. But the future of this team, I don't know. Of course, they let go of Dan Quinn, where she was on the hot seat for the last couple of years, but he finally let him go. So Raheem Morris is right now the intern coach. Of course, he used to coach the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a few years back. There's been rumors about trades might be going down. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, they might tear the whole thing down. Both of them came out and said they don't want to be traded. They want to stay in Atlanta. And Julio Jones, even though he's a top receiver in this game, he's not one of those diva type receivers. He don't talk much. You barely hear from him. He just go out there and play. And Matt Ryan, like I said, Matt Ryan is a decent quarterback. But I mean, I guess you could do better, I guess, if you would have put it that way. But he's a serviceable quarterback. You know, he always used to get to play the Joe Flacco. You know, Flacco did with a Super Bowl, despite how his career sort of tailing off. Matt Ryan got there, just couldn't get it done. Of course, 28-3, New England. Sorry, Falcon fans, to bring that up. You know, I think you stay with Matt Ryan for now. I mean, unless you really, you know, a lot of people say, well, maybe they should just tank the rest of the year and possibly get that #1 pick, maybe get Trevor Lawrence or another quarterback. I mean, if you can get him, fine, but I wouldn't blame Atlanta for sticking with Matt Ryan. He's had a decent career. Has been a pretty model quarterback for the Falcons, despite them coming up short. But other than that, not much to talk about the Falcons. Just how the rest of the season went. Like I said, they have the talent, so they might do like they did last year. They went on a winning streak at the end of the season. That's what saved Dan Quinn's job last year. Atlanta played better and missed the playoffs. But they definitely go into the playoffs this year. Well, if the Jets wasn't so bad, they would be a contention for the #1 pick. But honestly, I don't see the Jets winning a game. Like, I can't think of any type of game the Jets can win right now, the way they look. So, look like they're going to have that locked up. But Falcons, definitely one of the most disappointing teams. I thought they would be, you know, top, you know, maybe at least minimum third, you know, in the division, maybe competing. Like, maybe having a record like the Panthers, like 3-4-ish. I would have been surprised by that. Or 4-3 or something like that. Just staying above water, because, you know, it is Tampa and New Orleans in this division as well. And then the NFC overall is just a tough conference. But the way they played this year has been definitely disappointing. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Panthers a little bit. The Carolina Panthers, of course, like I said, 3-4. They had a close loss to the Saints last week, losing by 3, 27-24. I mentioned Christian McCaffrey. He's off the list. He's off the injured list. Possibly could play tonight. I think they said it's going to be a game time decision. You're going to warm up, see if he can go. That'd be a big boost for the Panthers. But they played pretty decent. Like I said, they played pretty decent this year. 3-4. It's a little bit surprising. Teddy Bridgewater, like I said, has played very well. It's, you know, he's always been a serviceable quarterback when he played in Minnesota. The little bit of time he played last year in New Orleans. He's a decent quarterback. I think he just needs more weapons around him. Carolina, of course, other than McCaffrey, not a lot of talent on the offensive side of the football, but he's held it together. Matt Rule has done a good job so far. Done a good job with this team. The future of this team, I think, is bright. I think if Teddy gonna be a quarterback, just build around him. Keep building around McCaffrey. You already gave him his money, so he's locked up there. Need to get some receivers. That's been the issue even when Cam was here. That's been a big issue for the Panthers. They need a solid receiver. And defensively, they just fell it off a little bit. Of course, Luke Kuechly retiring. Just lose a lot of those veterans that the defense is used to. But like I said, we'll see how the Panthers turn out. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs either. I think, like I said, the NFC is too deep. They're third in their division. I think they win tonight, though. But like I said, I don't think they played Tampa Bay at all, or have they? I think they might have played them once. I'm not sure. I don't know if they played, but I know. I think this is the first meeting between the Falcons and the Panthers this year. But like I said, Atlanta, despite them having a record, they still a solid football, well, talented football team. We put it that way. I would say solid, because the defensive side of the ball is bad. But I think the Panthers, say in a year or two, they could be back competing for this division and maybe in the NFC again. The final verdict of this game, like I said, I think it'll be a close game. I think the weather might be bad. I know I'm in Maryland, Baltimore, and the remnants of hurricane. It's affected us, the tropical storm, so it's a lot of rain. It's gonna be a lot of rain here today and tomorrow. I'm guessing it might affect down there, South Carolina. Not sure, so I would be surprised if it's raining tonight. But if so, I think it's definitely in the Panthers' favor. But I think they would have close for tonight. I think it'd be about 24-21. Like I said, I hate to take the scores. But I think it would be a 3-point win. I think it would be close. Division games are always tricky. But I think the Panthers pull this one out. I think they win it 24-21. I ain't doing nothing with the Falcons. I've been picking the Falcons. Well, I picked them enough this year that I'm done with them. So until they win the game, so I guess they play the Jets. I don't think I want to pick the Falcons. So I got the Panthers winning tonight, 24-21. Probably be a decent football game. Like I said, it might be bad weather, I believe, but I think it'll be a decent football game. I think the Panthers don't win. A close one. Alright, that's I got my power rankings here for week 8, the top 5 teams in the NFL. Like I said, the top 4 to me is easy. At 15, you could probably name a lot of teams. I had a tie last week between the Ravens and the Packers. But I'm gonna go with the hot team at number 5. I'm gonna go with the team that's the hottest right now. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I see some power. They got the Buccaneers all the way up to 2. Now I think that's too far. With 2 losses. And you can argue a lot of teams here. I took the Ravens out. They just haven't looked that good to me. They was on a bye. The Bears, I don't really believe in that much. The Rams, I'm starting to come around with the Rams now. I predicted the Rams to, still be a decent football team and not as good as they played. They played well. You could argue them in this spot. I guess you still argue the Bills, even though the Bills been sliding a little bit, but you can argue the Bills here. But I went the Buccaneers. They look the best. The defense is playing well. I think that out of all those teams I named, I think the defense has played pretty good. Tom Brady doing his thing. They just hot right now, so I got them at number 5 this week. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs fall. Oh no, they stayed at 4. They fell to 4 last week after all the games that happened. They're still the champions. Won a little different on Sunday. Ran the ball at the Denver Broncos. Mahomes didn't do much. If they could get that running game going, you get Le'Veon Bell this week back against the Jets. They are 19. I just heard this morning. They're a 19-point favorite over the Jets. It's hard to argue that though, that the Jets are that bad, but 19 points, that's a lot, even for any team in the NFL. Still the NFL. They might cover it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. But they stand here at number 4. At number 3, the Tennessee Titans nearly came back, stormed back against the Steelers. Didn't give up, didn't quit, but fell just short against their first loss of the season. They fall from 2 to 3. And then I got the Seahawks number 2. They fall from number 1. They lost overtime, lost to the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday night. And their defense has been bad. Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions in the game, and they caught up with it. Still lost by 3 in overtime. Anybody else throw 3 interceptions, you get blown out. So the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals will look pretty good, but they should have blew the Seahawks out the water with Russell Wilson. Like I said, with his resilience, he just don't quit. And like I said, to me, he's definitely the second best quarterback in the NFL right now. But they took a loss, so I dropped them for 2. And number 1, the only undefeated team in the NFL, gotta get them the number 1 spot, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben struggled a little bit against Tennessee. I almost let them back in the game, but overall he's played well. The defense, of course, with that pass rush with T.J. Watt, Connor running the ball pretty well. This emergence of Claypool, the rookie. So Steelers are stacked. They got a monster game against the Ravens this week, Sunday. A couple of big games this week, but that's probably one of the biggest. Of course, the rivalry is different faces here. Well, Big Ben is a familiar face, but me being a Raiders fan, I know how heated this rivalry is with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed during that time. Flacco, I guess, you could throw him in there in this rivalry. So all those faces are gone. The Ravens look completely different. Just Lamar Jackson now. Steelers wasn't last year. You know, they struggled last year, so I think this rivalry will get reignited this Sunday. So huge game, but they're number 1. So at number 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Some people might disagree with that. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3, the Tennessee Titans. Number 2, the Seattle Seahawks. And at number 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alright, so we are done for this edition of the Solid Sports Video Blog, episode 150. Just want to take time out to say thank you so much. I want to think I do 150 of these things. We've changed. We've been doing it, this is the 3rd year. We took a couple of breaks, you know, in between here and there. I took some time, you know, some breaks here and there. So it could be more than 150, but I just appreciate everybody who supported me when I first started until now. And I still just do it out of the just for outlet, you know. Like I said, even this week alone, I'm having a bad week, so I like to get on here. It kind of clears my mind, so I appreciate you guys for that. My man Derek, he always comment, every once in a while, just to say what's up. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for listening and watching. So I just want to thank everybody who's been supportive through all this time. Like I said, I had some breaks. Like I said, I think I started in 2017, and then I think I took a break the other day because I had to move with family, so I had nowhere to record. And then now I came here where I'm at now, at my sister's business, and started recording again. But I took a break when I was here too, because it's just the grind of the job, which is still a grind. But I decided to just still record anyway, despite the difficulties to record sometimes. So but just looking back over, I was thinking to myself just now, all the episodes that I've done, from where I was then to now. It's been a lot over 3 years. It's been probably the roughest 3 years of my life, to be honest with you. But I'm still glad to be here and to do the blogs when I can. So just wanted to talk about that real quick because it's my 150th episode. And I guess if we keep going with the 2 a week, I've been doing 2 blogs a week. Should be probably by the end of this year, I should be at 200. So hopefully I can do something, pat myself on the back and do something, probably get some balloons and stuff, just make it special if I make it to 200. So but thank you guys. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been supporting me on and off this blog, just in general. So thank you very much. And with that being said, that'll do it for this edition of the Solid Sports Video Blog. We'll be back Saturday with do my NFL picks for Week 8. World Series is over. I'll recap the World Series. Congratulations to the LA Dodgers as they clinched on Tuesday. They clinched a Game 6, able to finish off the Rays. Clay Kershaw. Very controversial though right there because Justin Turner tested positive for COVID, and he was back out on the field celebrating with his teammates. I didn't even notice he got pulled out of the game, but that was the reason. He was tested positive and he was out there celebrating. He had a mask on, but still, we'll see how that story unfolds. I think the MLB might end up finding him or something. So we'll see how, if I got news on that, we'll talk about that. Some basketball news as well. They're trying to start by Christmas. Some players said they're not gonna be there by Christmas, so we're talking about all that on Saturday. And more Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. I might try to do a video today. I'm gonna take a nap though. I'm tired, man. Take a nap first. If I get up before I gotta go back to work, I'll do one of those videos. Cuphead, I'm doing those videos as well. Call of Duty, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And I thank you guys once again. Y'all enjoy the rest of the week. If you're on the East Coast, like I said, it's bad weather with the hurricane, with the tropical storm, whatever it is. It's causing a lot of rain, so it's gonna be nasty here the next 2 days. So just be careful. Be careful with COVID as well. Still protect yourself from that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the game tonight. Falcons at Panthers. I got the Panthers winning a close one tonight at home. Thanks so much. I'm Tori West saying thank you. I'll see you guys Saturday. Thanks so much.